What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out the top Regi Trio counter guide in Pokemon Go because they are coming out to raids very soon. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how are you guys feeling about the Regi Trio coming back to raid battles in Pokemon Go in the near future, because we have them coming back. But the one positive is that we do have shinies back in legendary raids, so that is a good thing. I feel like when we have prolonged raid experiences without shinies introduced, it starts to become a little bit stale after about the week-long period. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down all of them in one counter guide, and I'm gonna try to give you the most unanimously proficient counters so you don't have to switch up your party guide too often. They're going to be making their way into raids on Tuesday, June 1st at 10 a.m. local time, and then it's going to go all the way until June 17th at 10 a.m. local time, and that's going to be where a surprise Pokemon makes its way into the raid battles. So I have seen a lot of people asking, man, maybe is Regigigas coming? I don't know. It kind of makes sense that we have all the Regi Trio coming back, and then that's going to go right into Regigigas, but I don't know for certain. If you have any speculation, thoughts, or what it could be based on maybe the timing, the event time, maybe around the dates, please let me know in the comments below. So let's get right into all of the counters. Then we're gonna go into the weaknesses, 100% IVs, top counters, most unanimous, and then we will make sure that you guys are concluded up there. So let's get right into it. Number one, we're gonna have Regirock. Regirock now maxes out at 3530. It's an all rock type Pokemon, so it's going to be weak to water, steel, ground, grass, and fighting. It's gonna have 100% IV of 1784 under every condition except one condition, which is gonna be partly cloudy weather, which is gonna boost it all the way to 2230 at level 25. And then in the next spot, we have Regice. Regice 3530, the exact same 100% IV at level 50. This Pokemon is an all ice type Pokemon. It's going to be weak to steel, rock, fire, and fighting combination, and it's going to have one resistance, which is going to be ice. And the Regice is going to have the exact same 100% IV as is the Regirock, 1784 at level 20, boosted under one condition, which is going to be snowy weather. Snowy weather will boost it all the way to level 25 at 2230. And then the one Pokemon that's going to be different is going to be Registeel. Registeel is going to be an all steel type Pokemon. It's going to have a max CP of 2766. This is more of the primed Ultra League variation of the Regis. This particular Pokemon is going to be weak to three things, being that it's an all steel type Pokemon, which is going to be ground, fire, and fighting. This Pokemon can be caught at 1398 at level 20. Yes, it is a relatively low tiered 100% IV for a legendary. And then it can be caught at level 25 under one condition, snowy weather. Once again, Regirock is only condition that is not snowy weather, which is partly cloudy weather. This one is going to be 1748 at level 25. So all three of them are going to share one common weakness if you guys want to be the easiest way to go after these Pokemon, which is going to be a fighting type weakness. And if you want to do something a little bit further, you can do two other types that you can kind of mesh up with. Well, technically three. So we have Steel, which is going to be powerful against Regirock, as well as Regi Ice. So those ones are going to be weak to steel. So we do have those two combinations. We do have fire. Fire is going to be strong against Regi Ice, as well as Registeel. And then we have ground. Ground is going to be effective against Regirock, as well as Regice. So we do have those four different typings. The most unanimous, obviously, over all three of them is only going to be one typing, and that's going to be the fighting type. But we do have Megas and other Pokemon in shadow forms that are really going to be powerful as well. So what my takeaway would be, I really like the fighting type if you just want to have one party. If you want to let your auto populator go after it and then kind of manipulate your party by there, you can do that. Or if you want to learn all the typings like we just talked about and start making up your parties based on those typings, you can do so. I'm not going to give you the complete counters all the way to the budget counters, but I am going to give you some of the top ones. So as far as the moveset goes, Regirock gets Lock On, Rock Throw, and Rock Smash. Rock Smash is going to be a fighting type, so just be careful when using the steel type Pokemon against this Pokemon because it is going to be powerful. And then we have Stone Edge, Focus Blast, and Zap Cannon. So if you choose to use a water type Pokemon, please be careful because Zap Cannon is going to hit it pretty hard. Once again, Focus Blast is a really powerful move against steel type Pokemon such as the Metagross. And then for the Regice, we do have a couple movesets as well. We do have Lock On, Frost Breath, and Rock Smash combination. We're getting that fighting type move in there again. Steel and Rock are going to be weak to that fighting type move, so do be careful using those Pokemon. And then we have Blizzard, Focus Blast, and Earthquake. Earthquake being really powerful against steel type Pokemon is going to put them at a little bit of an invulnerable place. And then also, the Focus Blast is going to hit steel type as well. And then finally, we have Registeel. The moveset on this Pokemon is going to be Lock On, Rock Smash, the fighting moves. Those are pretty much the unanimous moves. And and then they have one differential fast move, and this one is going to be Metal Claw for the steel typing. And then it's going to get Focus Blast, Hyper Beam, and Flash Cannon. Hyper Beam and Focus Blast are relatively hard-hitting moves, so those are the only moves that are really going to pose a problem in here against most of our Pokemon. So like I said, fighting types is the easiest way to go about it. So now let's move right into the counters to make sure you guys know exactly what we're up against. And before we get into the counters, let's check out the times to win. So for the Regirock, it's going to be 3.1 trainers, so it is going to take a little bit more time. This is a little bit tankier of a Pokemon. For the Regice, it's going to be 3.02 trainers, so I do believe a trio on those Pokemon is possible with the right conditions, the weather boost, the megas, and the best friend boost as well. But you are going to have to try that out if you do want to, but they are tankier Pokemon. And then Registeel is going to be 2.74 trainers, so it is going to take a little bit less for that specific Pokemon. But don't let their CPs deceive you guys. They are tankier Pokemon, as opposed to other things like a Rayquaza that has a much higher CP. That one also has a double weakness, so like I said, the CPs of this Pokemon is not indicative of how fast you can beat these Pokemon, which then is going to take us into the top counters. So number one for the Regirock, we do have Shadow Metagross making up the counter spot number one, followed by Mega Blastoise. Shadow Metagross is going to be Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash, which is the Comday move. The Mega Blastoise is going to be Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. And then we have Shadow Machamp in spot number three, which is going to be Karate Chop and Dynamic Punch. You can also use Counter as well. So in the top three, we do have a Shadow, which is going to be a fighting type Pokemon, like I did mention. So going into the non-Shadow forms, number one, we have Mega Blastoise, same exact moveset. Number two, we have regular Metagross, which is going to be Bullet Punch, as well as the Meteor Mash combination. That's going to be the Comday move. And then we have the Mega Venusaur with Vine Whip and Frenzy Plant, followed by Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch. There is going to be the fighting type Pokemon in counter spot number four. And then we have Mega Gyarados, followed by Lucario. Machamp's going to be in here as well. It's a little bit further down on the list, but in the next two spots, we have the Therian form Landorus, followed by the Garchomp. And then we have Kyogre, and the regular Machamp is in counter spot 15, so it is a little bit down on the list, but even though it's down on the list, it's still going to be an efficient way as long as you're not trying to do it with 3 to 4 players. If you're doing so, you're going to want to stick to the specific counters that are listed all the way at the top. So with that said, we are now going to get into the next one, which is going to be Regice. And then in counter spot number one for the Regice, we do have Mega Charizard Y. This is going to be Fire Spin and Blast Burn. Blast Burn is going to be the Comday move. That is going to be the number one Pokemon for this, which also, since the Registeel is going to be weak to fire as well, guess what? That Pokemon's also going to be probably sitting in the top spot. Then we have Shadow Metagross with Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash combination, followed by Shadow Moltres, and then counter spot number 4, we have Shadow Machamp. However, in this case scenario, the Shadow Machamp is approximately 100 seconds slower than is the Mega Charizard, but you only get one Mega, so that's something to take into account, which then is going to move us into the non-Shadow counters. Mega Charizard is obviously going to sit there as well. In counter spot number 2, we have Reshiram with Fire, Fang, and Overheat combination, followed by Mega Charizard X, but we only have one Mega, so we're obviously going to use the other one, which is then going to be followed by Metagross with the same exact moveset, but much slower than its Shadow counterpart. And then in counter spot number 6, again, we do have Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch, so proving that the fighting types are in the top counters and they are making up great counter spots as well. And then we have Chandelure and Moltres, and then followed by a bunch of other counters. Then we have Lucario in there as well, but Lucario is paired with a steel typing, so it is going to tote a lot of deaths. And as I am going through all of these, if you guys do want to check more in depth, you can pause here to do so, which then is going to lead us into the next spot, which is going to be Registeel. Registeel is going to have the number one counter spot, like I said before, which is going to be Mega Charizard Y with the moveset of Fire Spin and Blast Burn combination, which is the Comday move. In counter spot number 2, we have Shadow Moltres with Fire Spin and Overheat, followed by the Shadow Entei, which is going to be Fire Fang and Overheat. And then in counter spot number 4, we do have Shadow Machamp, once again making up one of the top spots, which is then going to lead us into the non-Shadow counters. So Mega Charizard Y, spot number 1. Spot number 2 is going to be Reshiram with that Fire Fang Overheat combination, followed by Mega Charizard X, which is going to be a no-go because we have the Y already going, and then that's going to be Chandelure in spot number 4. Or if you do want to use a Mega Houndoom, you can. In spot number 6, we do have Lucario with Counter and Aura Sphere. Aura Sphere, very powerful fighting move. That one is a fighting and steel type combination. And then in spot number 7, we have Darmanitan. In spot number 8, we do have Moltres. In spot number 9, we have the Conkeldurr showing up again. And then spot number 13, we do have the Machamp. Both of them with Counter and Dynamic Punch. So guys, if you guys really want to dive into all of the counters, you really want to get super specific, please pause as I'm going through this video and then go ahead and analyze what the movesets are, because they are all there. I don't want to make this video incredibly long. I want to make it super simple for you guys. But If we are looking at the top counters, we do have for both of the ones that are going to be weak to steel, which is going to be Regirock as well as Regice. It is going to be Shadow Metagross sitting up at the top for that Pokemon. So if you do have a good Shadow Metagross sitting up there, that is something definitely to get after. So there you go for those two Pokemon. As far as the next ones where we have a fire weakness, we do have Mega Charizard Y, which is going to be really, really strong against Regice as well as Registeel. So that Pokemon in there is going to be really strong. And then the other Shadow Pokemon such as Moltres as well as Entei are going to do really well against those Pokemon. And the cool thing about the fire type Pokemon is most of them are paired with the flying type, which is going to be double resistant to ground, being that Earthquake is going to be coming from the Regice, which is cool. And neither of those Pokemon are going to get charge moves that are going to be rock, so those flying and fire type Pokemon are going to be relatively safe, as opposed to going against something like a Regirock, which is going to be rock type, which is going to be an absolute no-go for those fire types. And then as far as the double ground weakness for the rock as well as the steel combination of the Regis, they're just not making the top spots in these Pokemon as of right now. There's not a really good Shadow ground type Pokemon. There's not a really good Mega ground Pokemon. So as of right now, those are going to sit out from the top spots. So using fighting types is going to be great. So as far as the weather conditions go, I'm really going to cover it very short and simple for you guys. Number one, partly cloudy is going to boost the Regirock. It's going to boost also its rock type moves. As far as the cloudy weather, that's going to be amazing because it's going to boost all of our fighting type counters. If you do want to go with the fire types for the Regice, for Regice as well as Registeel, you can do it in the sunny weather. And as far as the ice and the steel type for Regice as well as Registeel, you're going to be doing it in the snowy weather, and then that's also going to boost all of the Metagross and steel type counters as well. So that's going to do it, guys. Make sure to get out there, have fun. These Pokemon are relatively relevant in the Go Battle League, and they are definitely fun to get the shinies. I really like the shinies on all of these Pokemon. So thank you guys for tuning in. Likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, supports, and participates to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.